I really love the ethos of Somerville College. I like its inclusivity, the fact that it's progressive, the fact that it cares about social justice, and that those three things are part of its DNA. And it's been like that since it was founded in 1879, and that continues through to the present day.
Somerville is perhaps special in lots of ways. What I'd single out is that its aim has been from the start to include the excluded. I used that as a title for a recent research paper around medieval women. It's that openness, that sense of liberal accepting of other points of view that I think characterises the academic atmosphere in Somerville, and that's what, in my view, makes it special.
So I think the value that stands out to me the most would be inclusivity. I think that obviously, historically, traditionally, Somerville as a women's college has it very core to its ethos that it's about including the excluded. And even now, when I look around college and I look at the way, members of college treat each other and how we approach things like the admissions process, how we approach things like the research that is funded, and how we look at, for example, the refugees from Ukraine. What strikes me is that Somerville is really a space for all these individuals with all their unique backgrounds and, coming from all these different places. But what it is a place for each and every one of them to have a space to flourish.
I originally come from Donetsk in Ukraine. And of course, ever since the war started for us in 2015, we've been on the move. We had to seek refuge first within the country, and later it just got really impossible to keep on living with other people and keep on moving around. The very first time I started to think about education and being involved in it was when I was 15. I started tutoring kids in Ukraine over the summer who had cerebral palsy, and that was something really fundamental in seeing how they changed and how they progressed and how they started learning English, because they couldn't do so in a normal classroom. I'm reading for a master's in education, and the pathway is digital and social change. I chose this degree because I was trying to understand how we could use technology to decrease the inequality gaps that were exacerbated by digitalization of education. I think I've learned inclusivity at a much deeper level just being here in Somerville and observing some of the stuff that goes on here. I think the community definitely makes Somerville very, very special. I think that in a lot of ways, there are people here everywhere who are there and ready to support you. From the porters to the academic office to the development team, everyone is there to really go out of their way to help you when you really need it. And for me, as a sanctuary scholar, that has been a very important part, because it was not easy to just come into this and adapt really easily. As someone who has lost her home, gaining a new one seemed rather unlikely, but here you get the closest thing that's possible. You get a family and you get a feeling of home.